Obsession is more than simply thinking intensely about something. It is a psychological state in which a person, idea, fear, desire, or relationship begins occupying an excessive amount of mental space. The mind repeatedly returns to the same subject, even when the person consciously wants to focus elsewhere. A thought may begin as curiosity, attraction, concern, or uncertainty, but repetition gives it increasing emotional power. The person may replay conversations, analyze someone's behavior, check messages repeatedly, imagine possible outcomes, search for hidden meanings, or constantly seek information that promises relief. The strange part is that obsession can feel productive, because the mind creates the impression that one more thought, one more explanation, or one more piece of information will finally provide certainty. Yet the search rarely ends. Instead, temporary relief is followed by another question, another doubt, and another cycle of analysis. Uncertainty is one of the strongest fuels of obsession because the human brain naturally dislikes incomplete information. When something feels unresolved, the mind keeps returning to it in an attempt to close the psychological gap. This is why obsession can become particularly intense after rejection, betrayal, emotional loss, or ambiguous relationships. The person may not necessarily be obsessed because someone was perfect. They may be obsessed because the situation never received the closure their mind desperately wanted. Another mechanism is intermittent reinforcement, where unpredictable attention, affection, or rewards can make attachment unusually persistent. When something positive happens occasionally rather than consistently, anticipation can become stronger, keeping the mind focused on obtaining the next rewarding moment. The deeper problem with obsession is that repetition can gradually become confused with importance. The more often a person thinks about something, the more significant it can begin to feel, even when the thinking is producing no useful solution. Obsessive attention can affect concentration, sleep, productivity, relationships, and emotional stability. It can also transform imagination into perceived reality. A person may construct entire scenarios in their mind and then experience genuine emotional reactions to events that have never happened. Over time, the imagined world can become more emotionally powerful than the actual situation. Obsession can also create a false sense of connection. Constantly thinking about someone may feel like maintaining a relationship, even when there is little real interaction. The mind fills the absence with fantasy, memory, anticipation, and interpretation. Breaking this cycle requires recognizing that not every thought deserves continued attention. Constant checking, reassurance seeking, replaying conversations, or searching for hidden meanings may temporarily reduce anxiety while strengthening the pattern over time. Healing begins with allowing uncertainty to exist without immediately trying to eliminate it. Attention can gradually be redirected toward meaningful activities, relationships, routines, physical movement, and present experiences. When obsessive thoughts become persistent, distressing, or significantly interfere with daily functioning, professional mental health support can be especially valuable. Obsession does not mean weakness or lack of self-control. It often reflects a mind struggling to resolve something it considers emotionally important. But the solution is not always another hour of thinking. Sometimes the mind finds peace only when it learns that not every question needs an answer, not every feeling requires action, and not every thought deserves to become a permanent resident of your consciousness. True freedom begins when you can notice a thought without automatically following it.